Getting rid of more sneakers, the name of the game in 2025, at least for myself and for some of you too, because you've shared in the comment section of my recent videos that one, picking up as many pairs is absolutely not a priority for you, but then trying to downsize to a more meaningful, more practical, functional collection that you're actually wearing more readily on a day-to-day basis. You're on the exact same journey, and I love that for you and myself because it means we connect, okay? We are here. That doesn't mean if you're still chasing a lot of these pairs, I am not gonna, respect it, wish you the best in getting your pairs. I absolutely will. Number one, I will be out of the way. I will not be in the way of anyone that wears like a 6 or 6.5. But then also, I am still wishing you the best of luck, and I am just going to remind you, let's just chase these sneakers responsibly because a lot of us are over the age of 30 and we have responsibilities, okay? We have to be accountable for things. It's not always fun, but it is just reality. So I'm certainly looking to get rid of more pairs, and part of that is I share this journey with you, and I'm hoping that can help hold me accountable. I could regret that, but let's see. So, letting go, this is kind of going to be like the idea of this series. My goal is to do it once a month. Again, we'll see how this goes. But just to share with you guys, like the sneakers that I'm contemplating letting go. It doesn't mean they'll be gone immediately. They'll be posted immediately for sale. A lot of times I will post on Instagram at TalkStyle I may post on Poshmark and share that link in my stories from time to time. But letting go, I'm just going to have in my mind some pairs that I'm willing to let go of. And I will run down what this actual Google Doc looks like for myself because it's based on that homework assignment. If you remember, I said if you were only able to keep like so many pairs, what would be those pairs? That challenges you in such a not fun way. Yeah. I'm having some very difficult conversations, okay? I am, because there's nothing like seeing these pairs actually written out and you having to count them, and then you realize you get to a certain number very, very fast. But I have pairs that I've already let go. Now, some of those were actually, I would say, counted towards the end of 2024, like the pairs I got rid of. I just hadn't actually donated them, but based on the unfortunate events and, the crisis going on within the Los Angeles area for the wildfires, I gathered up 9 total. So let's just say 5 were technically from 2024 or that clean out. So let's say 4 of those went towards the donation, or should also go towards the number of pairs I'm clearing out in 2025. So 9 total gone, 4 we're going to count towards 2025. And then there were additional sneakers that I pulled aside for January for letting go. Some of those already sold. So the Social Status Nike Dunk Strawberry Milk, that sold to a friend. The Air Jordan 1 High Obsidian, that sold, and I know some people are gonna lose their minds over that. Great pair, really great quality to say it was grade school, but that's gone. It wasn't being worn whatsoever. It was just not being worn. The reimagined Air Jordan 1 High Patent Bread, that's gone too. And I jokingly said, like, we have bread, we have the bread one in like so many different variations. Like, it's been sauteed, fried, it's been baked, it's done, it's everything. Like, everything has been done to it. And I also got rid of like the fly knit pair last year. But yeah, the patent bread one, that is now gone. I also sold the Sakai waffle, the LD waffle, the black nylon pair. That's gone. And then finally, the recent sale was the Air Jordan 6 Georgetown. So additional pairs moved. I let those go. And those were actually very easy to let go, regardless of if some of them were collaborations. I know that as I get deeper into cleaning my closet out and I'm going down this list of really wanting to hit that goal of, let's say, like 125 or 130 or even lower. Like, again, the ultimate goal would be 100 and then take that down to 75. This is going to get more difficult. And I know people are going to jokingly say, oh my God,
you sound like an addict trying to let go.
It has to do just with the emotional attachment that we end up having to things. That's real. If you were told that you need to get rid of a lot of stuff, there are going to be some things that you are actually emotionally attached to that you don't want to get rid of, right? We don't delete certain photos within our phones because of that, even though we're not really visiting those photos anymore from whatever trip you took, whatever memory, it doesn't matter, right? Like me going to games, I still haven't deleted a lot of photos from like WNBA games. I just haven't. So we have attachments to things. I'm just simply choosing to address mine head on. So I'm doing the work, and part of doing the work is also just being better on what I may be bringing in, and that's going to be not as many sneakers. So I've already shared that, but we know it's always comical. It's always comical when people assume that because you're not buying sneakers, it means that you can't afford them. Or if you're broke, just say that. Or I may not see and you may not see the value in a certain sneaker that's dropped just because it's the hottest thing doesn't mean anything. For example, a $200 some Black Hat 3. I don't own any sneakers that are 100% all blacked out. Like, I'm thinking about it looking at this part of my closet. I have a pair of boots. I have a pair of Adidas Terrex Free Hiker boots that are all black, but that's it. I actually don't have anything else that is all black, so it wouldn't have even made sense. Like, I would have absolutely just left that sneaker off to the side. Even the other Adidas sneaker I have that is predominantly black, it still has a different color in there. I get that's just me. I'm learning things about myself. So no, didn't pick up the Black Cat 3. There were other things that I picked up because they just seem to hold more value for my individual life. So let's run those down real quick. Maybe I can also do that. I'll share whatever I may have purchased in these letting go videos, because it is about, if you're going to add something, at least let it be meaningful, valuable, and practical to you. Again, I've shared this. I work from home. Being comfortable and cozy is top-notch priority, and I gifted myself as a birthday gift end of 2024 the Ugg Tasman slipper. I'm sure you've seen it all over, and you're wondering, was it worth it? For me, it was worth it because my feet are so warm when I am in that, okay? There is a noticeable difference when I take them off to get in bed. Noticeable difference that my feet are not as warm anymore. So I actually went ahead and picked up the Taz. Now that's a little bit different. It has a platform. It's gonna add some height to my short little self. I am here for that. So I picked that up in a really nice blue colorway. At least I think that it's really nice. So I'm excited to have that in, to be cozy and comfortable. I think I shared another video or maybe a post on Instagram. I want the boot, like the mini platform boot, but I'm gonna wait and get that from the actual like Ugg company within Australia, or since 1974. There's a whole debacle going on between them and Deckers. So me trying to get the boot right now, it wouldn't arrive until April. So I'm just gonna make do with the things that I really want that will be beneficial right now. That is the slipper. So I'm excited. And also I had shop cash, so I didn't have to pay the full price for that. I will always take that. So that's on the way. If you know me, you also know I have an Oura ring, and I did a video on just how practical, how useful was it in terms of tracking sleep and calories and activity. Yeah, it's very useful for me. I love it, and I'm not a person that likes to wear smartwatches to track anything, because I like actual watches. We'll get to that too. I like actual wristwatches. So I have the Oura ring. I thought about wanting to upgrade it because I have certainly... there's wear and tear on my ring. I don't know if you'll be able to see that fully, but there is definitely like wear and tear on my ring here, because I was lifting with it somewhat when I first got it. So I thought about upgrading to like the gold one. And I wasn't gold or silver, but it certainly is a little bit pricey if you're going directly on Oura for like the 4th generation or even 3rd, even though it's discounted. Thought about doing eBay, and I was like, you know what? Let me browse around. I know there are competitors for this ring. Like, technology moves at a pretty rapid pace. So I have a competitor that I actually purchased from that was on sale at $100 for the gold one. So I'm going to see how that goes. I guess I'll technically be doing some product testing for like 14 days to see how it compares to the Oura ring. And if it does, then that will be a purchase I keep. If not, then, you know, just return it within the return policy. But that made more practical sense for me than a shoe that was just going to sit here and not get a whole lot of wear. And then the other item that I picked up for myself, and we'll also get to some smart investing, well, at least for me, the other item I picked up, another watch. I do this around tax time every single year, so this is not new, right? Like, as I get close to tax time, I haven't even filed them yet, but again, there's always additional money left over. I usually end up treating myself to a watch. I love skeleton watches. I'm not wearing one right now, but I love automatic skeleton watches. They are just so captivating. They always turn heads. They're a great conversation piece whenever I wear it. So I definitely picked up a new one. Yeah, I wasn't going to pay the full price though. Retail was like $426. Absolutely not happening. It was on sale for $100. Thank you. That is a reasonable price for me to want to pay for a watch. So I picked that up. That's on the way. I'm sure I'll go ahead and show you guys on camera here when that arrives. But in terms of like, where else is my money going, right? Where did another $200 go, 200 and some dollars go? I'm sure you're aware of everything that's going on right now in the country, and Costco has been all the rage, all the talk, because they are doubling down on their DEI efforts, and we appreciate that. However, it may not make sense for you as an individual, especially if you just live by yourself, or you could be single, or maybe it's just you and your significant other. It may not make practical sense for you to have a Costco membership. It just may not. And I know some people will say, you can buy in bulk for the whole year for a lot of staples. When some people throw that out there, I do want you to remember that a lot of individuals are still living paycheck to paycheck, right? So where is all the extra money coming for them to buy in bulk for 6 months or a year at a time? That's not always going to be there. It's not always practical. You may not want to deal with the hassle and the chaos and everything that may come with Costco, but you want to support them because you love everything they stand for as a company. Invest in them. Invest in the companies you actually want to support and you want to see do well. Like, that is just common sense. Well, it should be common, but I'm going to say it. Invest in the companies that you actually want to continue to see do well. And if they're companies that you frequent a lot, because again, you're giving them your business and I think they will continue to grow and do well. That is not financial advice. That's just my opinion. So, for example, again, if a Costco membership doesn't make sense for you, but you want to continue to be vested in them, you can invest. Now, if the Costco actual stock itself, based on the price point, not in your budget, please don't freak out. Okay, don't freak out. This is where index funds, this is where ETFs come into play, and they are great. So, if a stock you're interested in, the individual stock price itself is a little too high, you can look at index funds that house that stock, right? Look at something that actually houses the stock of Costco. You can then make the decision to invest in that index fund or even buy ET or shares of the ETF. You can also buy fractional shares, right? I've shared this before on Vanguard. You can choose to just invest a certain dollar amount into these ETFs, and it's great because you may not have the funds or you may not want to put like a whole amount in for whatever that share is, but fractional share. So that means if you only have $100 per month that you can invest extra because you're getting out of debt or you haven't increased your income yet, that's fine. You can invest in just the ETF. You can select the dollar amount you want to invest, $100. I have VDC on the screen just as an example because that fund houses Costco stock. So you have to sometimes think beyond just the immediate retailer, the immediate business you want to invest in directly in real life day to day, and think about, okay, if I do want to see their bottom line grow and I want to invest in them, how can I do that? Maybe if me going to the store just isn't practical for my life. Well, you can go ahead and just invest in them. That's great for your portfolio and to continue to diversify. And trust me, that'll be good for them because it's always good for them when people are investing in their stocks. So just something to keep in mind as we're navigating 2025. I know a lot of you have big financial goals. You want to invest more, right? One, you want to be more aware of your finances and things that are going on, how much you're spending on this and that. And I love that for you. Awareness is one of the most important things. Beyond that, you also want to save more. You should be doing that. High yield savings accounts. You want to invest more. I would say, hey, dollar cost average, continuously be investing. I personally just choose to do index funds because again, it's diversified. It has low risk, and then I don't have to worry about like actual fees associated with it because they're so low in terms of Vanguard itself. So just wanted to share that the pairs that I have already let go, additional pairs that I am letting go, the acronym mid presto, I am trying to get rid of that. The fear of God rate in black because it's 5.5, I am trying to get rid of that. And then I'll continue to post additional pairs on my stories, but then I'll share them here because I am all about letting go in 2025 while adding the things that I actually really care about and will use. So go ahead and comment your thoughts below. Are there things you've picked up, had nothing to do with the hottest releases in January that you are really excited to have come in? And then also, based on my recent video, I think some Jordan heads may retire in 2025. Is that you? Go watch that video if you haven't. As always, act your age, not your shoe size. Peace.